Miss Aguilon, can you go ahead and turn on your video if you're able to cut it on? And you can keep yourself unmuted.
Okay.
Mr. Benavides, can you mute yourself? You can unmute yourself, Miss Aguilon.
This is cause number 2011-13215 in the interest of Caden de Leon. Parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Cynthia Lizetta Guillon and Kaden Delon is my son. I'm the mother.
Okay. And for the state?
Marcella Turner.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Dominique de Leon Jr. Mr. de Leon was served on October 30th, 2020 at 9:55 a.m. at Luther Unit, 1800 Luther Drive, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas. He did not file an answer, is that correct?
No, Your Honor, he did not.
He was further given notice of this Zoom hearing, which was delivered January 4th, 2021. And he has not checked in today, is that correct, Ms.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default then.
Thank you. At this time, the state would like to offer into evidence what has been marked as State's Exhibit A, which is the financial activity report in this matter.
All right, do you have any objections to that, Ms. Aguillon?
No.
Okay, then Exhibit A is admitted.
The state would also ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior court order signed on March 10th of 2011, where Mr. De Leon Jr. was ordered to pay $250 in child support and $75 in cash medical support, both of those to begin on March 1st of 2011.
All right.
The state would like to call Ms. Aguilon. Ms. Aguilon, where is Mr. De Leon Jr. today?
He is incarcerated.
And you understand that the state is seeking a modification due to that fact. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to enter a child support judgment in the amount of $30,415.29 as of December 31st of 2020?
Could you rephrase that?
That's the arrearage amount. Are you in agreement that the arrears amount as of December 31st of 2020 for child support is $30,415.29?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to enter a medical support judgment for the arrears or what's past due on this case as of December 31st of 2020 in the amount of $10,115.34?
Yes.
And you understand that there will be no payout set on either one of those judgments due to Mr. De Leon Jr.'s incarceration. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you understand that the state is seeking to modify Mr. De Leon's child support obligation to $0 beginning February 1st of 2021 due to his incarceration. Is that also correct?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
And is there access to private medical and dental insurance available for this child?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to go ahead and modify the cash medical support amount to $0 beginning February 1st of 2021, also due to Mr. De Leon's incarceration?
Yes.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your child?
Yeah.
And are you asking this court to approve this order, this default order?
Yes.
No further questions for the witness. I'll pass the witness.
Okay. All right, the court will approve the default order in the suit for modification of support order and to confirm the support arrearage as submitted. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
Yes.
May
Thank
Ms.
you.
Aguilon be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. You can disconnect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Which one is this one? Benavides?
Should be the Rattler default order.
Rattler Charles. Okay.
Yes.
Well, what is this? This is, oh, okay, Charles Rattler. Okay. All right. This is called number 2019-84549 in the interest of Prince Charles. Please identify yourself for the record and who you represent.
Marcella Turner for the state of Texas.
And there are no parties that have checked in on this matter. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Court will note that the custodial parent mother, Star Chanel Charles, was personally served on January 23rd, 2020 at 11:38 a.m. at 9955 Bammel North Houston Road, apartment 4711 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And she has not filed an answer, is that correct?
She has not filed an answer, Your Honor.
Or appeared in court, correct?
I believe, I'm sorry. I'm having a problem pulling up this case. I know that,
Well, there's,
Your Honor, there
okay,
was a DNA order that was ordered back in,
I see both parties signed that, okay. All right, so the mother, court will note that the non-custodial parent, father Richard Radler, what did I do with that? Mr. Radler was served on January 18th, 2020 at 1:07 p.m. at 15495 South Post Oak Road in Houston, Harris County, Texas. Both parties appeared in court. And signed an order for parentage testing, which contained therein an order setting this matter for March 31st, 2020. Okay, we obviously didn't have a hearing on March 31st. What other notice is given to them?
I believe further notice was sent to them via certified mail as well. It should have printed out with this order. It was
Here it
attached
is.
along with the DNA results.
Okay. Mr. Radler was given further notice by certified mail. Return receipt requested of this Zoom hearing, as was the mother. The certified mail to the father was delivered on January 4th, 2021. And the notice to the mother by certified mail was delivered on January 2nd, 2021. So we'll proceed by default in both cases.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would ask that the court take judicial notice of the state would like to offer into evidence what has been marked as State's Exhibit A, which is the paternity testing results regarding Mr. Rattler in this matter, and which do not exclude him as the father of the child. Prince Michael Charles.
Court will note that the DNA test report would indicate that Richard Rattler is not excluded as a biological father of the tested child. Prince Charles, the child, is subject to this suit. All right.
Based off of the paternity testing results, the state is asking that the court establish the parent-child relationship between the child, Prince Charles, and Richard Rattler, the father. And the state is non-suiting its request for surname, conservatorship, possession and access, child, medical and dental support, and all retroactive support previously requested in the initial pleading. In addition to the court costs as well, we'll be non-suiting that. I'm sorry, we'll be proceeding with the court costs and the parentage issue.
All right. Court will approve the order.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
As submitted. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, who is Benavides' child? Is that the next case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is called number 2006-67583 in the interest of Malin Benavides. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Rojas, please unmute yourself. All right. Is Mr. Benavides is by phone, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jeffries? All right. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Mr. Benavides? Mr. Benavides, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. So do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. And ma'am, please identify yourself for the record and your relationship to the child. Ma'am, Ms. Rojas, please identify yourself for the record and your relationship to the child.
My name's Irene Rojas, and I'm his mother.
All right. Sir, please identify yourself and your relationship to the child.
Juan Benavides Jr., and he's my son.
All right. And for the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
We have a suit for modification of support order and a motion to confirm support arrearage. And we're having a hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Jeffries?
That is correct,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Do we have any stipulations?
We do not, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I first, Your Honor, would like to offer in evidence what is marked as State's Exhibit A, the updated pay record in this case, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Rojas, do you have any objection to me looking at the pay record?
No objection.
Mr. Benavides, do you have any objection?
No, sir.
All right, State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would also ask, Your Honor, at this time that the court take judicial notice of the prior order signed on October 6th of 2016. In that order, it ordered Mr. Juan Benavides to pay $150 for child support beginning November 1st of 2016, Your Honor.
Okay. November
Yeah.
1st of 2016. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll
First
take
witness.
notice of that order.
Thank you. The state calls Irene Rojas. Ms. Rojas, you are the mother of Malin Benavides, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is Malin?
He's 19.
Okay, and based on your knowledge, he has graduated from high school, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now you notice that the court mentioned that this was a petition to modify. Do you understand that Mr. Benavides was asking for a downward modification of the prior order?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Now, also issue is the arrears in this case. You heard me admit into evidence the pay record in this case. What do you remember how much Mr. Benavides was ordered to pay you in the prior order?
In the beginning, with all my children, it was $330, and then when it came down to maintenance, I believe it was about $195. It's been a while.
Okay, but the last order, to your knowledge, was completed in 2016. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you think the modification should still apply in this case since Malin is 18 at this point?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you believe the court should just address the issues of the arrears at this point? Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And as far as the child support arrears, does the amount for child support of arrears sound? Tell me if this sounds about right. $8,849.79 for child support arrears as of January 1st of 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you believe that Mr. Benavides should pay that amount that he owes?
Yes, ma'am. Because he.
Okay. Now, as far as medical support arrears, as of January 1st of 2021, does the number of $3,433.26 for medical support sound about right? Ms. Rojas? Ms. Rojas, I'll repeat my question.
Yes, ma'am, because it froze right now a minute ago.
For the medical support arrears, does the amount of $3,433.26 sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you believe that Mr. Benavides should also pay that amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we're talking about Malin. Does Malin live with you right now?
Oh, because he had him visited him, and it was during that year.
Okay.
In
So-
2000, he never came back with him. And
Okay,
he,
so hold on. When was the last time that Malin lived with you in your household?
2014.
Okay. And what happened where he stopped living with you in 2014?
His father came to visit him. He left with them, and he never came back with them. I called the authorities and everything, but I didn't know where exactly he moved. He went to Brennan, Texas, which on the contract he himself signed, he's supposed to tell me where he's going when he goes out of Houston. I have the contract here, but everything that he signed, he went against everything that he himself signed on the contract. I had a hard time
Okay.
getting hold of my sons till they got older.
Okay. So was there any, yes or no, was there an order that gave Mr. Benavides possession or custody of Malin?
No,
Was there any CPS involvement that said Malin would go stay with Mr. Benavides temporarily?
no.
Okay,
There
so,
was not
Hold on.
with Malin.
okay, so it is your testimony before this court that Malin went and visited his dad and he did not come back. Is that your testimony, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it is your position that the arrears that are currently owed on this case should still be paid out to you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
You have any questions for her, Mr. Benavides?
No, sir, I don't, except for that.
Well,
that
wait. Right now, I'm going to let you say something later. Right now,
Okay.
do you have any questions for her, for Miss Rojas?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Okay. Call your next witness, Miss Jeffries.
Thank you. State calls Juan Benavides. Mr. Benavides, you are the father of Malin Benavides. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how old is Malin at this time?
He's 19.
Okay. And when did he graduate from high school, sir?
2018. 2019. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can I ask you that question again? When did Malin graduate from high school?
2020.
Okay. And was that May of
What month? Yes. What month, sir?
May.
Was it?
May.
Okay.
Okay. And so you saw a downward modification of your child support. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the prior order signed in 2016, how much were you ordered to pay, sir?
In 2017, it was like 219 or 210 a month.
Okay. Does the $150 for child support sound about right to you, sir?
It was higher than that because it was like 210 I was paying every month. It was the
Okay.
150 plus another 50 some dollars.
Okay. And so why did you seek a modification of the child support from $150?
Because I'm disabled and I couldn't afford what I was paying.
Mhm.
I'm real sick and that's why I get disability. That's why I wanted that modification, and that's it.
Okay. So as far as Malin, did he ever live with you since 2014, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
to
And
present.
how long has he been residing in your household?
How long? Can you repeat the question?
How long has he been residing in your household?
Oh, 215?
Since 2015, sir?
No, hold on. He's been living with me since the year 2014 to the present.
Okay. And how did you get custody, or how did it come that Malin ended up living with you in 2014?
My sister-in-law, which is Irene Rojas' sister, she called me that my kids were being abused and that they were living in a van. And when I got there, I mean, my sister-in-law was the one that called me. She told me that, they're being abused. So I went and got them. And that's when I started taking care of them. And I took the matters to let child support know what was going on. And I took it from there.
Okay.
And they've been with me.
I don't mean to cut you off, but was there ever an order that said that you should have custody of Malin?
Yes, there was a court order from the judge for me to get temporary custody of my kids till the case got resolved, to find to find the other parties to give her the court papers to go to court herself too, but it never could find it because she did not have a stable home.
Okay. And so is your testimony essentially that you didn't just take Malin? Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right.
Although I did tell her I was taking them because I was afraid that if she found out I was doing this, she was not gonna let me take them.
Okay. So let me ask you this. She testified that she tried to get them back. Did she ever contact you to try and get Malin back from you?
No, ma'am.
All right. And so your testimony is from 2014 until today. Malin has essentially resided in your household.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And the arrears that I mentioned on this case, you believe that you should not have to pay those arrears. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And we're just speaking about the child support arrears. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And you believe you're entitled to some type of possession credit because Malin lived in the house with you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you mentioned that there was an order that said temporarily Malin would come live with you. Do you remember what year that was executed or signed?
I think it was 2014.
Okay.
I can't remember. Because I got brain surgery, so my memory ain't what it used to be. I have short-term memory loss.
And so,
But I got that. I got the paperwork on that.
okay. Now, as far as the modification, since Malin has graduated high school, child support is no longer due. Do you understand that at this time?
She said, do you know that child support is not due at this time?
Yes.
Okay. And so the modification at this point is really not relevant to the case today. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. But you're just asking the court to essentially look at both of your testimony and see whether you deserve possession credit or not.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I just want to clarify, you're saying that you never stole Malin. The court told you to come get him temporarily.
No.
You never stole them.
I never stole them.
Okay. And what was going on in 2014 that required your intervention, just for clarification?
He was being abused. They were being abused.
Okay. Was there any CPS investigation in 2014?
No, ma'am.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the
Ms. Rojas, do you have any questions for Mr. Benavides?
No, because my son didn't live with him completely. He lived with my sister. We lived with his grandma. He just recently moved back.
What is the question, ma'am? You have a question for
The
Mr. Benavides?
He did not stay with him the whole time when he's saying from 2014 until now. He asked him if he didn't live, if he lived with them during that whole time. He did not. That's my question.
The question is, has a child lived with you since 2014, sir? Mr. Benavides. Mr. Benavides, are you there?
Yes, sir. He's been living with me since 2014 to present.
He's lived with you, not anybody else except you, since 2014. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Another question for him, Ms. Rojas?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
I'm sorry. I would just like to recall Ms. Rojas. Ms. Rojas, you stated that Malin lived with other people. So what people are you saying that he lived with?
My sister, Angela Rojas, and a short time, his mother, Irma Sanchez. And then also he lived by himself with a roommate this past year.
Okay. All right. So for Angela, how long are you saying that Malin lived with Angela?
A couple years.
Couple years. And how many years or months did Malin stay with Irma?
Irma, that one I'm not sure. I know was within a year because he was moving from place to place.
Okay.
And he
And
did come and visit to where I was at, but he wouldn't exactly tell me where he moved to.
okay. And as far as the roommate, do you know how long he was staying with the roommate?
I know it was within the year, this past year, but I don't exactly know the months. But
Okay.
he had just
Was
got,
it- And was that after he graduated from high school, ma'am?
I'm not exactly sure, it was a little bit before, because I recently found out about that with my other son.
Okay. And for Angela, when Malin stayed with her, do you remember the year?
No, I can't, because they wouldn't tell me where he was at. He was going from place to place. When they would contact me, it just was like briefly, or they would come visit me for a short time and leave, but I didn't question exactly where. Because at the time, he's correct, I didn't have a stable home at that time. I had a
Okay.
hired house.
And then for Irma, do you recall that year by any chance?
No, that's what I heard through my sister that she had left, that he was at her place for a while, but I don't know exactly the month.
Okay. But since 2014, you have not had Malin in your custody, or he's lived with you.
No, he just come and would visit for a short time and then leave, but they wouldn't, I didn't know where they were at.
Okay.
I just know
Nothing
through my
further.
sister he was, when he was with her, but I can't tell you the dates exactly now.
Okay. Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Benavides, you have any questions for Ms. Rojas?
Yeah, I got one question. Irma Sanchez, she lives with me. So yes, there was times that I would leave my Donovan with my mother because of my surgeries, and
Objection, Your Honor. Access.
that's about
No
it,
question.
Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Benavides, Mr. Benavides, I'll let you make a statement later on, but do you have any questions for Ms. Rojas right now?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Jeffries, there is a default order in a suit for modification of support order and to confirm support arrearage,
Yes, Your Honor.
which awarded a judgment of $8,617.88 as of October 2016.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Benavides was ordered to pay that judgment by paying $30 a month. And then increasing to $180 a month after the child support obligation ends.
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken any of that into consideration? Also, the medical support judgment, same thing. This is
Yes,
since.
Your Honor.
Okay. So, what is your final argument
Your
of
Honor,
what
my
you think?
final argument, sure. My final argument is in 2014, based on the docket sheet from that hearing in 2014, the court was made aware that Mr. Benavides had custody of Malin. They did not set child support at zero, I believe, because there was no active motion at the time to modify conservatorship. So essentially, they did give him possession credit, but for whatever reason, they did not set the child support at zero. They ordered him to pay $150. So the court was made aware, I guess, or had some type of indication that Malin was with him. What it comes down to, Your Honor, is who you essentially believe. If you believe mom that, Mr. Benavides stole the child and so child support should still be due, or if you believe Mr. Benavides that, the court on a temporary basis in another motion told him to go get Malin and he just then
But I
technically
can't
he
go
should.
behind this. I can't go behind this judgment. The last judgment was in October of 2016, which said
Right,
that he
but
owed 86,
right.
8,607. Okay.
But even if we looked at that, and I don't want to argue one side or the other, but if he had custody of Malin from 2016, it still would you still would run into the issue of Mr. Benavides requesting possession credits because Malin lived with him. So it's a issue of fact, is my belief. The medical support arrears we believe should still be owed $3,433.26. But as far as the child support arrears, if possession of credits are due, Your Honor, it's based on essentially whoever you believe.
Well, possession credit only since October of 2016, because we can't go behind this judgment. The judgment is there.
Correct.
Now, I don't know why the financial activity report indicates that the total arrearage is $4,592.88, when in fact there is a judgment in the amount of $8,617.88. What is that? I mean, what?
So the child support arrears, Your Honor, is the $8,849.79. The medical support arrears is separate, and it's $3,433.26. Based on what I know it to be, the judgment changed once we got that default that you mentioned in 2016. So it does start from when it happened in 2016.
Okay, I still don't understand why the financial activity report indicates some different figures.
Let me just confirm, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I'm just confirming, Your Honor. I'm just trying to look at my FINA activity report just to make sure that I'm telling you the correct thing, essentially. So online on 10/4 of 2016, Your Honor, you see that balance, which matches the judgment, is $4,592.88, right?
The judgment says here $8,617.88. Oh, okay. I see. He has possession. He received possession
Correct.
credit back then. Okay,
Correct.
so he's still without it. Without okay, so then the judgment then is $4,592.88. I didn't.
Correct.
Okay, which is what the figure that appears in the financial activity report.
Correct. So essentially, Your Honor, what is that issue is the court did not make any further ruling on who had possession of the child. It simply entered judgments and gave
That judgment still stands. I can't go behind that judgment. I can't forgive any of that judgment. I can't go behind this
talking
and say,
about the
well,
judgment.
the judgment of $4,592.88 for child support.
Right, Your Honor. So then we would still be looking at the judgment
And
for the difference.
$2,746.76 for medical support. Okay, those are still in play. I can't change that.
Right, I understand that, Your Honor, but I guess it's still an issue is the difference in the two. The $4,592.88 and what we have a judgment as of today, based on the fact that Mr. Benavides was paying $150, you still have $8,000 that we show owed today. So I get that you cannot go behind the judgment, but it's still the issue of the difference.
Well, okay, but there's been amounts applied since October of 2016. So he has some. If I would give him possession from 2016, then it would have to be that amount, the total arrearage minus what he paid, the amount that was applied from 2016, I believe, which he paid evidently $195 looks like a month for through January 2018.
Your Honor, if I could, I would, if you're saying you're gonna give him credit for the money that he did pay, I would have to put that into my credit calculator, and I guess that's what the interest on it would be. And I would need a brief recess to do that, if that is the court's intention.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to recalculate this because since that judgment, he's paid $3,010. And if you're adding all sorts of interest and so forth, I don't know how that's going to.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, Your Honor, you're saying put in my calculator any money 2016 that he paid directly, and you're willing to give him just that possession credit back, or that payment back, essentially.
We're going to give him credit for that payment,
Okay.
but we're going to give him credit for that payment off of, but you still have to figure out what the interest would be on the $7,339.64. Correct?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to reset this matter so you can recalculate.
Yeah, I just need a brief reset or
Or just a recess.
Yeah, just a recess.
All right, we'll recess for you to calculate, and we'll be back. Go ahead and advise the parties of what you're doing.
All right. All right, Ms. Rojas and Mr. Benavides, I'm gonna have to take it to look at your case to calculate the payments that Mr. Benavides made. The judge is giving us a recess, so you will have to just hang out for me until I can calculate that amount. Okay.
That's fine.
Well,
All right. So I think that he's gonna have you stay
Ms.
on here.
Jeffries,
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jeffries,
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to recess and I'm going to recess until 1:30. Okay, we'll come back at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, guys, so you can log off. You're gonna go back into that other Zoom for me right quick because he's recessing us until he comes back from lunch. Okay, so 1:30 we'll be back before him. But right now I need you to hang up off of this one and go into the other Zoom, okay?
Do I use the same number to log in again?
You use the 892 number, so the one you used this morning, the 892-0876-3897.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so log off and we'll I'll meet you in that other Zoom.
Okay. At 1:30 I log in again then?
You can log in at 1:30 or you can just meet me in the other Zoom right now and just be on hold.
Okay, I'll do that.